welcome to OTT India. This is your host Preeti Dalal, and today we are going to talk about a very important topic. The topic is neuroscience. We know that the world is lacking innovations in neuroscience and medical science as whole. For that, we know that humankind is still trying to understand the activities of brain, the cognitive activities of brain. For that, we have Abhijeet Satana, who is a young scientist at the age of 25. He has achieved a great innovation in cognitive operating system. So we'll turn to him to know more about his innovation. So kindly explain us what is cognitive operative system.
So cognitively operated system is a system where we take the brain data of the patient or brain data of any other person and convert it from wirelessly and convert that in the 3D format to doctor can see that data and diagnose him. And we can get every kind of data from frontal lobe to the occipital lobe in the computer. We can, in the cognitive operating system, we also did some of the experiment where we use this data for the autism to diagnose the autism or to better understanding of autism. We also use this data. We also use this machine in open brain surgery, so doctor can see the live brain data while they are operating on the patient. Yeah.
So my next question is, since you talked about autism, so we as a country are lacking knowledge about autism. People don't know what autism is. So how do you think that your research will help in autism?
So in my research, what will do is if any kid walks in with the autism or online, we will educate. While we'll take the brain data of the kid. In that way, we'll know which part of the brain is lacking or which two part of the brain is not connected properly. That's why he's going through autism or dyslexia or any other mental disorder. So what we'll do is we'll take the brain data, we'll identify the portion or identify the lobes of the brain which is not connected properly, and we'll suggest the doctors to provide him activity, or will give the doctors report of the kid, full autism report of the kid, while he can diagnose him better, or he can, I'll not say like just helping them that much so he can live independent after he turned 21 or 18 or yeah.
So we know that neuroscience is a very complex subject, and even medical students have to study a lot of years to excel in neuroscience or even in neurology. But you don't have a medical background as such, a proper educational medical background. So how did you achieve such a success, and what was the story behind that?
So I'll tell you I don't have a medical background, but I read a lot about medical fields and all. And when I was young, so I started exploring the books from medicine to engineering, and I know many fields how it works, because when I was researching on the cognitively operated system, not even a single field was I need knowledge from multiple fields to put it together. Because at that time I was not that much communicative, so I don't know how to talk to any engineer because I did not know the right word, or I did not know how to talk to a doctor. So for that I read a lot about the books, and mostly I was self-taught in the field of research and all, when you say, yeah.
Since you talked about the field of research, we know that in research it's very important to have a mentor. It's important to have a guide who can give you proper guidance on how to go about your research. So I wanted to know, since you do not have a proper educational background, so was there a time that you felt that there's a need of some guidance, or was there someone who provided with you that guidance?
There was a lot of time when I felt like, what I need a little help in this research, because as I knew the field, but I don't know. Sometimes some of the things comes practically. Yeah. So I try to connect with the different doctors. I try to connect with different professionals who are good in that field, and they help me a lot. And I have so many guides. Every time people are, when I show them the invention, they are upfront for the help.
Yes. So another question which I have is that to excel in such a field and to do experiment in such a field, you need a particular environment who can push you for that, who can encourage you for that. So what was the kind of environment that supported you, that encouraged you to have to excel in this?
So environment, I guess curiosity is one of the thing what you need if you are doing a research, and to open about every invention or every new knowledge that you get. I guess that helps, that drives you to do something new or to do a research. Yeah.
What I also want to know is, did your family supported you since the beginning? Because since you told that you are into this research from a long period of time, so was your family supporting enough for you to, since you have reached such a height?
Yes, they are still supporting me. When I was like young, when I started my research around 13 or 14, they are supporting from that age to now. Yeah, they are really being like supportive in any form. It can be a monetary value to an emotion value or to just be there. Yeah.
Another question of mine is that every research takes a lot of time. It takes patience. It also takes investment. So I wanted to know, so what was the source of your investment, and how much time did it took particularly for this one?
So in the source of investment, you can get money from so many ways, like a grant and all. But I guess time is more money, because invention take a time, and you exactly at the end of the invention you don't know it is going to be running, or it will get fail, or it will get a success. Or so it took a 14 years of my time. I suggest the time as an investment. It took a 14 years of my life, and I'm really proud of that. This moment where I invented something, and people are using it, and doctors will be using it soon.
Yes, since you talked about failure, so every person who wants to excel in certain field has to face failures. So since you also faced failures, so we wanted to know more about your failures.
Failures I have faced. Just so many experiment were got like not right. So many experiment. I'll like tell you about, like, for some time your computer gets fried up. That's a failure. Or you can say when you are performing an experiment, like let's say you are putting a cell culture, or even the temperature matters, or like when you put the cell culture in 70 degrees Celsius, the temperature goes up, it's a failure. You don't get the right kind of result, but at the end of the day you will get some of the result that will help to drive the other result. I talked about 17-18 degree temperature. I get to know, okay, for this I need my thermostat to be accurate.
Yes.
So yeah, you get some kind of result, and you learn about the new things.
Of course. So another question of mine is that since every research has to be, whenever that research is tested, it has to come true. The truth, whatever the result of the research is, it has to be proven correctly in every instance. And for that you have to experiment on, maybe on people, and maybe on certain types of people in a lot of times. So what was your research base in the sense of population or sampling?
So right now what I invented was my research lie in the comparison of the data, right? Not the quantity of the data. Like when you get an MRI, how accurate is my machine is compared to an MRI, or how accurate is my machine comparing to the traditional EEG. We took a lot of sampling, like around till now I recorded more than 6,000 brains, just to get an idea how the brain work, or not how the brain work, like how the brain works in a different scenario, starting from the music to a very intense thing, orgasm. We recorded brain on orgasm also, to a very normal thing in day-to-day life, and brain on caffeine. So we recorded so many brain data just for the fun and just for the experiment, and sometimes it led us to the curiosity of the different thing and sampling rate, of course.
Yes, so I must say that your sample sizes is quite good. So another question I have is regarding you have a special connection with Elon Musk. You are connected to him. So please tell us about that as well.
So like not connection, like I know. So he, if you heard about the Neuralink patent, right? So that patent they cited my patent as a mother work for his invention.
Okay, so you also have patents from China as well. Yeah, so please tell us about that as well.
So this cognitively operated system I have patented everywhere. It's called PCT. Like when you file for some countries, you have to take rights. So we took a right from China, we took a right from USA. Like everywhere it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. So please tell me about this. Every innovation that is happening, people are skeptical about that, and especially if it's in the field of neuroscience or which is connected to AI. So people are skeptical about that. People are skeptical about robots who can understand us better than we ourselves. So please tell me about that as well, because in your demo you showed that you can cut a call or receive a call on your phone just by the action of your, just by how your brain thinks, not by actually doing that. So are there any risks that can be that can take place because of your study?
I don't think so. As a short-term risk, I don't think so there is any risk which can take place, and I am trying to push this invention in the medical field as good as possible, right? So I don't think so there will be any risk as of now, but every invention has the downside of it, right? It helps, I guess, more, but it's on like everyone, like how you use this invention. I will try to push this invention in the positive way or in the medical way, yeah.
Yes. So in your demo you also told that this invention can further help in prosthetics. People whose arms are amputated, maybe it can help in that as well.
It can help in prosthetic where you can control the prosthetic by a brain, but what we are developing right now with the civil hospital and with the Dr. Bharat is alternative nervous system where right now the amputation has the way, right? But when you develop the paralysis or something like that, so you can control your hand by your brain, like your real hand. So it's called alternative nervous system. We did initial experiment, but we are still working on that.
I am glad to meet you, and I hope that your research, this successful research, needs brings more awareness in people, is more known, and it gets fame in the whole world. Yeah. So thank you for meeting us. Thank you so much.